Yo, what up guys? Mr. Gross here, back from MBR Starcast. I have some more Lively Legends gameplay for you guys today. Today we're playing as Shockblaze Z, or I tell a lie, it's not live, it's once again, it's one of my spectator modes. I haven't done one for quite a while now, I think, since last month, as LoL replays kind of been bugging out quite a bit. I haven't been able to commentate on any of the replays, which I sort of, the games I played where I just haven't got around to doing a live recording at the time. But this was quite a good fun game. It's a bit different, you know. We faced off against Jayce today, and Jayce is quite a nice sort of solo top lane champion. I really was enjoying Jayce just before I got, well, just after I got back from Thailand. But since then, Nasus and Zach kind of took his place, and now really Zed is kind of really filling that role. Even though he has actually just been nerfed on the latest patch, not in this patch or in the game I'm playing, he hasn't been nerfed yet. But following after this game, he did actually get nerfed. I haven't really actually read the nerfs, so I'm pretty sure one of the things is that he can't actually do his E twice with his shadow anymore now. So that side is not like massively damaging to him. He's still really strong. I played a game yesterday against a Mordekaiser, and I was still able to demolish him easily. And he's quite a hard picking because of his shield ready, so you just got to really time it right. You can pop your ultimate on him when he hasn't got a shield. You can literally just tear him apart, I find. Nevertheless, we're against Jayce today. A quick rundown of our team. We have a Caitlyn and a fresh bot lane, a Shyvana jungle for ourselves, and a LeBlanc in the mid lane. I don't very often see a LeBlanc. If you do, generally they're all pretty bad. Whilst the other team, of course, we have a Jayce against up top, Varius and Kayle bot lane. Although Kayle's actually running no flash by the looks of things. A Kha'Zix jungle, which is always nice, and a Katarina mid, so quite a nice little setup they have got going for themselves. But then nevertheless, I think we've got quite a nice team on the go. We've got a high burst for myself up in top lane. But yeah, generally this game we're going to be talking about myself, so if we can find our number, what are we? We are Q. There we are. Or we keep in directed camera for now, for the moment. Item wise, we'll talk what we started off with. I've started off with a red elixir and 3 health pots. Obviously, as you guys will probably remember, originally about a month ago, you used to be able to buy a red elixir like 5. I can't remember if it was 3 health pots or 5. I think it was 5 plus a ward. I could be wrong on that, but I know you certainly could get a ward on top of all that stuff. But they've now upped the price of the red elixir to 350 from 250, purely because everyone was starting with it, and it just can give you such an early lane game advantage. But the problem is, if you don't sort of capitalise from it, you don't get a kill, or if you die yourself, then it really kind of goes against you because you just wasted 350 gold and you have no item. Whilst if you compare myself to Jayce, who is my laning partner, he's gone with a longsword and I assume 2 health pots, even though it really says it's 1. We'll move quickly people out so we can see. Oh, is that we're just going to move the jungle, there we go. So we can see everyone's CS, you can keep on top of who's doing alright in CS and so forth, and kills and all that good stuff. Nevertheless, look at it, I do like that Kha'Zix skin, it's nice. If I played Kha'Zix more, I'd certainly go for that skin. Kai, he's running low there. You have to run away from the 2 little minions. Wow. What was he started off with? He started off with boots, that's why. Don't know why he didn't start off with his butcher's knife, but there you go. While we were looking at bottom, we want to look at Mr. Biggrass up in the top lane. So here we are, facing against Zed. I am Zed. Facing against Jayce. You see he hit his little shock blast there, but causing no damage. It really doesn't do too much unless it goes through his little... I can't think what do you call it anymore. Well, where is he? I have to try and find out. Where are you, Jayce? His acceleration gate. That's the badger. So the thing I find with Zed early game is what you want to do is you just want to keep harassing with your Q. You see at the moment I already actually popped my red elixir at this point. He went in on me and I thought, well, generally I won't pop my elixir till level 3, because at level 3 I'll go for my Q, then E at level 2 and then my W at level 3, meaning that pretty much as long as I pop my red elixir and ignite I can secure a kill because I've got my clone there to help me out, and it does the additional damage and it makes sure you can kind of keep up with them like in here. You can see he actually knocks me back, and I do actually flash forward to grab this. I knew that he'd flash when we originally initiated him with our ignite and our elixir. But like I say, it's important to get that first blood, or to get the first kill over your opponent whilst running that elixir. So I noticed he overstepped then, and even though I had to burn my flash, burning flash to pick up that kill for me is 100% worth it, because I've now got a massive lead over him. I've still got my elixir. I popped it quite early, but it means during the stage I popped it, I can now buy an item. If we look at the gold, I've got about 800, oh no, I've got about 1400 gold in the bank right now. Oh no, that's my overall gold, I don't know what I'm talking about. 400 gold. Deary me. Oh no, I must have had more than 400 gold. Whatever, we were able to buy boots and longsword, so I had around about 800 gold. So I was right. And we've been able to buy a ward and possibly another health pot. It doesn't say how many health pots we've actually picked up. We've got 3 on us. So we've still got our red elixir ticking away. You can see in the bottom left hand of your screen above my portrait of my Zed, it's about halfway through, so that's about a minute and a half already used. So I've got another minute and a half to get another kill, in my opinion. Generally, unless they play really over aggressive, which happened in my ZVZ game where he'd come back and try to fight when he was 2 levels behind me and I had my elixir, you won't get that kill. You've got to kind of wait to level 6. So this is the point where you've just got to try and kill as many minions as you possibly can and hit level 6, so that you have your ultimate. You won't have ignite, which sometimes I feel kind of lacks you, but having that red elixir with your ultimate can be huge, especially when I've got a longsword on top of that as well. You see there, Jayce put a nice little trade. We come into this bush, and I'm feeling pretty happy that I can fight him here. And I do actually get slaughtered. That was a bad... Yeah, I can remember this actually. Oh, Katarina gets dropped off there, unfortunately, as well. Yeah, I can remember that now, actually. This game was a couple of weeks back, and I can remember that happening. I went in there, and I was a bit over-aggressive. Obviously, neither of us had flash, and I thought if I fought him in the bush, along with my passive and the red elixir, I'd have been able to... And plus my longsword, I'd have been able to quite easily have fought him happily. I thought I'd have come out on top. But obviously, as you see, I didn't. It was a bad decision by me. I forgot that he had his ignite, and obviously him putting that ignite on me, and me not having my flash, and using my W during the battle, there was no way for me to escape, and he actually beat me during that. I was quite surprised by the damage, but that Jayce does quite a nice amount of damage in his hammer mode, I find. So because of that, even though I did obviously get the first blood gold, so it works out a little bit better, obviously... Because he's now got that kill over me, it's kind of meant my red elixir hasn't really paid off as well as what it could have done, to be honest. Because obviously my elixir's now gone, I've died, I've not been able to hit level 6 like I wanted to, so it's all kind of gone a little bit downhill because of that, but it's not the end of the world. It was a mistake by me. I shouldn't have went in like I did. I thought I could have made something happen, but obviously I was wrong. I missed a big Cavs minion there as well, sad times. At the moment, we're currently actually 5 CS on top of Jayce, which is always nice. We're actually a little bit 10 behind LeMonk, who's actually the highest farmer in the game at the moment. But anyway, so we're now at the point, like I say, we're trying to hit level 6. We don't have our elixir anymore, so we're literally just relying on our base damage plus our longsword. And I know that once I hit level 6, I can literally just ult him and I will kill him. I ult him, do my Q and E combo, and then I just W away. Happy days, everyone lives. And I've got my ignite up as well. So it's just a situation where we're trying to bait him out to stay him out, but he is looking to recall. It looks like he's actually decided to stay. I think I know this. I'm here trying to do whatever I can just to try and keep him there as long as possible, so that I can get my ult and hit level 6. As you can see, I still haven't even hit level 6 yet. I'm trying as hard as I can to get there, but I think he will. Yeah, he's gone. So I lost that little timing window once again there, which is, you know, sad face. Sad face me. It's never good. I thought I was going to be able to get my ultimate on him and make a little play happen, but unfortunately we didn't. We do actually have Kha'Zix coming up the river now, trying to make a play. I know this, and I'm like, wow, you know, come at me, Kha'Zix. He's level 3, 3 levels lower than me. What items he has? He just has boots and longsword, so I know that if I fight him with my ultimate, I will kill him, especially as I have ignite. So I know he's here. Gonna check the face bush. Like, he doesn't know that it's warded. Boom, pop my ultimate. E and through, Q, ignite, and there goes my ultimate, and he's dead. So really silly gank by Kha'Zix. I don't know what he was trying there. Like I say, he was 3 levels behind me, and you're not going to really gank anyone if you're 3 levels behind, especially on your own. When I've got full HP and I'm a Zed, where I would just put my ultimate and just do insane damage on you. So it kind of puts Jayce behind for no reason there. You know, Jayce has done nothing wrong. He's he's backed. He's got 10 CS behind me because obviously where I was able to force him back and be able to get some free farm on the go. But he has actually backed and started to complete his phage, obviously probably looking towards a frozen mallet or something so he can get that slow. And obviously gives him that bit of damage and health. So it's all good. It was a nice kill for us. Second kill of the game, really what we wanted because obviously we messed up with our elixir. But this now puts us in a nice position where we can keep battling and Jayce. We haven't actually backed and bought our advantage yet. We're just continuing to CS. You can see we've actually caught up with LeBlanc now. We're only 1 CS behind LeBlanc, who was about 10 up on us. So we've been able to get a nice bit of farm on the go. And we're just trying to harass Zed as much as possible. Use my clone and my Q and my E combo where best, just to try and reduce his health a little bit. Because you've got to remember, Zed's a energy-based champion, so obviously you can run out of energy, and you know, sometimes it means you can't do your moves in certain situations, which is a little bit annoying. But you know, it costs nothing. Whilst Jayce needs mana to battle, so sometimes, you know, I find with Jayce in my playstyle, I always go for a tier of goddess because I want to be able to spam my moves quickly. I'm not sure if this Jayce goes for that. He started off with a phage, so I assume he probably won't go for that. But if you do, you kind of lose out on a big item because of that. But at the moment, you know, I'm battling with him, and I know that I won't kill him unless I have my ultimate. It goes about 10 seconds away from coming up, and about another sort of 50 seconds away from my ignite coming up. So I'm just kind of, again, just farming. I know he's a little bit stronger than me because he has his phage completed whilst I have no item completed. Normally, if I back now, I'm not sure how much gold I'm kind of sitting on. Let's have a look. What was it? X? X, there we go. I've actually got 1500 gold in my pocket, and this is what I generally like to do as Zed. I like to farm up as much as possible. Generally, if you get two kills straight away with your red elixir and a bit of farm, you could quite easily afford a BS sword, and that's what I generally aim for. You see here, we actually went all out on Zed, popped our ultimate onto him. We did actually make him flash away. But that's one of the deficits I find when you actually pop your ultimate with Ignite. You miss that kind of extra additional burst damage. Obviously, he did flash away, so there wasn't much we could do about that because we couldn't land a whole combo. And we did W into him to try and get back on top of him, but he was smart and used his hammer mode to knock me back. So nice play by him. Means that my ultimate's down, but it's alright. Missed a big one again there. Not having very good luck with these big caster minions today. Does mean that my ultimate's down, but it's harassed him a little bit. His flash is now burnt, and my ultimate will be up before his flashes. So that's the main difference. And plus my ignite will be the next time as well. So I'm looking in a nice strong position to kill him the next time we get into battle. But whilst during all this, you know, I'm out farming him by 20 CS as well. And 20 CS is about the equivalent of a kill over your opponent, so it's pretty huge, the fact that I'm out farming them so much. See there, I actually had a nice Q. I took a couple of turret hits, but it stops him recalling, which allows me the option to try and make a play happen. But I don't think we will. Jayce is always going to get away unless I actually have flash up. We have the flash, and we did actually flash ignite him. So there you go. I didn't expect that to happen. Luckily, our flash come up in time, and be able to close the gap with our W, and then we ignited him and a Q on top just to finish him off. I don't know why I'm going to go around that way. Oh shit, I probably must have misclicked and it sent me that way. I was like, don't know why I would have wanted to go around there. But we pick up this last bit of farm. We'll be able to back now. We have easy enough gold to get our BS sword, and probably enough for a Vampiric Scepter as well, so yeah. And an award or something on top of that, and a couple of health pots. I think it's important to, I find with Zed I continuously buy health pots because it means that I can stay out in lane longer. If I can, I always buy 5 health pots and maybe 1 or 2 wards, because Zed's an energy based champion, so I can literally stay out in lane as long as possible, as long as I have health pots. I've just noticed here there's various like sold all his items or something, and he just put 4 wards down. That was quite an interesting point of time to actually check out the bot lane there. I don't know what that was all about. He's already died 3 times, so I guess he must be getting crushed down bottom or something, and is just given up. So I don't know what that was all about. But there you go. Enough of that. We'll go back up top. Oh, Jayce has actually come down bot lane. Interesting. Let's see what Jayce can make happen. Because I probably hadn't called SS on this, but it does look like they were going to see him coming anyway. He hasn't really tried to make anything fancy happen. Unless he can jump on there. If he was to make a kill happen here, it would be pretty poor by bot lane because they knew he was there. The flash has been burnt by Fresh though. A shock blast into the face of the Caitlyn. And I think that's going to be the end of that. Where am I? I can't remember what we queue. So now because Jayce has gone bot lane, I don't know why, because we're still battling up in top lane, you know, it's only been 13 minutes, you know, our laning phase has hardly ended. It means I know this, so I know, well, I'm just going to go, well, I'm going to take your turret now, Jayce. Nothing you can do about it, and it's 150 gold for everyone on our team on first turret, so it's going to help me out and it's going to help my whole team out. And Jayce went down bottom and he created nothing from it. It was a silly play by him to go down there. Not sure what I was thinking was, probably because Varys is getting beaten so hard. It's 0-4 at the moment. But you can see now my CS 94 to his 57 by 30 minutes. We're actually highest in the game now. We've overtaken the Blanc by 20 CS where we were originally behind her. See, Zed is coming over here. Somehow, I don't know how, he warded that bush. I don't know what the chances were of him putting that ward in there. But there you go, he did it, and had he walked in there, or not put that ward in there, straight away I'd ulted him, and he would have been dead. But unfortunately, his spider sense was tingling, I guess, and he did actually put a ward in there, and he will get to live for another day. You can see here we actually put our ultimate onto Katarina, and we were still here to pick Jayce up anyway with our Q and E combo, and then obviously the ultimate eventually ticked away and that blew up Katarina, allowed me to pick up a double kill. 5th kill of the game now, and that's the advantages of getting that early BF sword. I see a lot of players as Zed go for like the Bladed and Rune King first. I did actually try it out yesterday, I was going against Morning, because it was alright, I don't mind it. But for me, if you can get that early BS sword, whether you be AD carry, you be Zed, or you be some other top laner, say like a Riven or something, someone who like priorities off damage, like a Jack, or not necessarily Jack, so I guess you'd go for a Trinity Force first with Jax. But someone like Jayce, if you can, I would normally go for a tier goddess first on Jayce, but Zed just purely because he's energy and an AD carry, I'd always rush a BS sword, because if you have that over your opponent, Jayce has a phage and 2 long swords, I have a BS sword and a Vampire Scepter. He can't beat that trade. You can see he's already lost about 400 HP since coming back in the lane. He's only been here for like 10 seconds. My Q is just doing insane damage on him at the moment. I do actually, what I talk about is how I scale my moves. I take Q at level 1 for harassment, you know, poke, allows you to get the odd bit of CS. And, yeah, even without our ultimate ignite, just using our shadow clone there to become unstoppable. 6 to 1 now. We've got their blue buff warded, so we know if any jungler does come along here. I'm not sure what my thought was here. I think I must have been a little bit worried where Shyvana was, I guess. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a jungle, get a bit more gold in our pocket. But anyway, I take my Q at level 1, then I take my E at level 2, and then I take my W at level 3. In some instances I may take my W at level 2 depending on who I'm against. If it's say like a ranged champion, like possibly Jayce, but Jayce isn't too bad because I was able to get on top of him quite easily. But someone like maybe a Lux or something, I would take my W at level 2 so that I could harass with my Q a bit more, because I know that I won't be able to get on top of her with my E very easily, so I need my W to kind of close that gap. So I'd go down there, and then after that I would then max out my Q straight away, put 5 points into my Q, purely because I just like the harassment it offers. I have scaled up my E once and it was alright, but the Q you can just constantly poke, you can use your clone to poke, you can, it's just, I think it's a lot more, that's my opinion, a lot more nicer. It could have possibly better to scale your E, I don't know. I have done it before, but I found my Q to work out a little bit nicer. It just offers that harassment, and your E still does do mad damage anyway. And come level 13, you can see I've got 5 stacks in both of them anyway, so that's only like 17 minutes in, so it's all good. And we've actually used our claim to back over. Jayce did actually flash then, and chucked Ignite on me, but dominated now, 7 to 1, the ultimate and Ignite to go down, and you can see the domination that Zed offers, and we're only sitting on our BS sword. Probably look at our gold, we've got 3,000 gold in our bank now, 17 minutes in, we haven't backed yet since securing all these kills, and we've now secured their top lane turret as well. Mainly this is happening because, well, obviously I've destroyed Jayce very hard, but the problem is that Shyvana's had to pay, their jungler Kha'Zix had to pay a lot of attention down, and dropped very low, 15 HP there after that turret hit. Lucky to get away then. The problem is that our bot lane has destroyed their their AD carry. As you can see, he's 0-5 at the moment compared to our Kate, who's 3-1. And they just haven't been able to keep up, meaning that their jungler Kha'Zix has had to spend all that time down in the bot lane, meaning that I've just been able to destroy Jayce and have my own wave because he hasn't been able to deal with me. And obviously we did kill that Kha'Zix that time he did come up in the top lane, and he certainly regretted coming up after that. He hasn't been back since. So now you can see that we've backed. Originally we had a BF sword and a Vampire Scepter. We've straight away turned that into a Bloodthirster, huge buy, and on top of that, in one back, we've also bought the Last Whisper on top as well, which is just huge. It's a huge buy for us. The fact that we've been able to, just backing it to Bloodthirster, let alone would have been beautiful, but the fact that we got the Last Whisper on top of us as well now is huge. You know, that gives us an additional 40 attack damage. Obviously the passive on it, physical damage, ignores 35% of the target's armor. Even though Jayce hasn't really got much armor on him, it just means that his base armor I will just be shredding through, or anyone that comes near me I will just be doing insane damage to them. Certainly to me, 19 minutes has come now, we've actually got to 140 CS. It's certainly, I feel, if I'm hitting around 120 to 130 by 20 minutes, that's a pretty nice, reasonable amount, so anything better than that is always good. And CS is, in my opinion, is the most important thing about League of Legends. You can get kills, but kills eventually deteriorate in value. You just got to look at Jayce, who's 1-6. The gold I'm going to be getting for killing him is not going to be worth as much as if I'm killing creeps. Here is Kha'Zix. He's made the wrong decision of coming back again. I think he's actually going to get away. I might possibly die here. Did actually pop my ultimate onto him, but didn't have enough damage, or I wasn't able to finish my combo because Varus come to the rescue. So I did have to actually flash away then, unfortunately. But you will see, come 20 minutes, we hit 160 CS. Next person in line is Katarina, and we're still 43 CS in front of her. And that's the equivalent of 2 kills. So that the farm difference there is just huge, and that's what will make you AP. If you're not winning your lane, just keep farming and farming and farming, and it will pay off. And you can see it in my items. Had I only just had kills, then I would only have the Bloodthirster at this moment in time come 20 minutes. But because I had that CS behind me, that CS lead, I was able to get the Last Whisper as well by 20 minutes, which that's a whole full item. That's I'd have that item as my last. There's one in my final build. It's not just like a little item that I've built just to take up space. So it was GG. Nice fun game against Jayce. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And, I'm going to do a couple more of these as I got some other replays of different champions. I think like these I can analyse my gameplay a little bit more, talk about some stuff which I won't normally talk about in my live gameplays. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. So yeah, nevertheless, hope you guys have a good day. Take it easy. Peace.